Mama was getting ready to pass, I grabbed her little hand. It was frail at the time. And I said, Mama, I said, you can't leave me. Because she was my biggest fan, Brother John, my biggest supporter. I mean, she was the one that made me do right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she gave me my first drug problem. She drugged me to church when I didn't want to go.
Gotcha, right.
And so I said, you can't leave me. She said, Barry, I've taught you what to do. I've taught you how to treat people.
Yeah.
She said, just do that. And I asked Papa, after that, I was just going through a tough time. And Papa was 92 years old. He was 5'2" at best. That's on a good day. But he was the toughest man, pound for pound, that I probably ever knew in my life. And I said, Papa, how do you make it through the tough times? Because I really felt like life was just caving in on me.
Yeah.
And he said, BD, and he grabbed me by the arm. He said, sometimes you just got to go, Rrr. And I thought about that.
Yeah.
And the next time that feeling come on me, I was reminded of what Papa said. And I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but this will work. I just went, and it kind of got me through. Talking about that old school, old time hillbilly wisdom.
Yeah.
And it just kind of helped me shake it off and keep going.
Yeah. And I think there's the key. Sometimes you got to do that. You just got, well, now let's get into some things. Okay. Let's talk about some things.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
One thing I'm going to talk about that a lot of people run through out there. When we talk about, and I'm going to move backward and forwards, but when we talk about marriage,
yes,
okay, you seem to have a good marriage.
Yes.
Okay, now the best I can tell now,
right,
and I know she'll probably watch this, so you can say yes, but I mean,
yes.
and you should say yes, okay, but I mean, what do you think are some of the, when we talk about having a good marriage, outside, and I know this is tough too, okay, and it's hard, it's hard to get someone who's such a preacher like you out of preacher mode.
Right.
Okay. But I want to pull you over just a second when we talk about a good marriage.
Right.
Because there's great preachers that have bad marriages.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about, and they can be married for 70 years, but to have a good marriage, what are some of the keys you think?
She's my best friend.
Okay.
She's my best friend. She can tell, Brother John, if I've got something going on in my head. And I'll have a tendency to try to keep it locked up.
Right.
And she will push me until finally she says, okay, I know something's going on in your head. Tell me what's going on. And we've just always been best friends.
Right.
Just, that's the thing. A wise lady told Carlene one time early on, she said, in marriage, you're going to fall in and out of love. She said, you will fall in and out of love. She said, the trick is to fall in love with the same person over and over again. She spoke that into Carlene's life, and she was a seasoned saint. Right. You know, because let's be honest, there's some days you wake up and you don't feel so married. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to agree with you, because
exactly.
This is about you right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Carlene, she tells people when we're doing marriage counseling, she said when she used to pass me on the road, she would get butterflies.
Yeah.
She said, now I think that joker better remember to take out the trash. But she talks about how love, when anytime we do a marriage counseling, how the love deepens and it changes. You know, those first couple of years, it's all butterflies, rose petals, lollipops.
Right.
But the thing for me and Carlene is she is my best friend. She is my confidant. I have told her things and she's told me things that we couldn't tell anybody else.
Yes, sir.
And there have been times, you know, because we are talking about ministers too, there have been times, Brother John, that the ministry was not healthy for my marriage.
Right.
That the ministry was not healthy for my marriage, that what I would not take out on people, I would take out on her. Yeah. And we went through a season, Brother John, where I did that.
Right.
And I will openly admit that I did that. I took out my frustrations on her, not physically, not even so much verbally, just I became absentee.
Right.
And it was just like I saw how bad it was hurting her. And then when we had some ministry changes, and I felt the Lord leading me to City on a Hill, and I finally felt like I got in the right place, the place that God had prepared for me.